excited to meet you. I actually had your son here not too long ago.
Wasn't that wild?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy looking at him and seeing you. It's crazy. Like, it's, he's his own individual. He did such a great job. He was here with Sally doing Remarkably Bright Creatures, which is so good. Yes. But yeah, it's crazy how the apple and the tree are very close. Yeah. So, but he loves Montana. We spoke a bit about that because we both love Montana, right? You have you have a ranch there with your brother?
Yep. Since 91 or something, so.
You were like country before country was cool. Everybody, I feel like, since Yellowstone now lives there, but we got right before Yellowstone started. But yeah, I've lived there for a minute. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like my sanctuary. Is that your place you kind of go to undo?
Yeah. That was, they're just even, Louis and I went up there, just he and I, we had to clear some fallen trees over a 2-track that we had to clear, and so we spent a week doing that.
I love doing that on my trail.
Isn't it?
I always have a saw in the back, yes, and I feel so sexy, just like, I got this tree, guys. Like, my band came out to the ranch and I was just like, I've got this tree, guys. I was like, you know, I felt so cool and powerful because I'll get this, no big deal. But I love riding the trails out there. I love it. It's so quiet. I love the chaos sometimes of what we do because it's very creative, but I love the slowness of Montana.
Yes, and the quiet.
It's important for me. The quiet. When you sleep there, it's like it's almost a stillness you have to get used to again.
Yes,
You're like, there's no sound.
That's it.
What's the most wild thing that you've seen? Like creature-wise, because I have a ton of trail cams on mine. Yes,
when Louis and I were there, we heard about 60 elk coming through. Yeah. But my sister-in-law, who was the real rancher for our operation, you know, my brother is a doctor, but we've always been addicted to agriculture, and she's allowed us to continue on with our addiction. But she's good with the trail cams, so she found she sent along about a month ago a picture of a bear that. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
That's Sue Pullman taking a picture.
Gosh. Black bear right there. That's cool. I love it. There's wolves, mountain lion. It's so majestic, and it makes you feel real small.
Yeah.
But let's get to, I could talk about Montana forever, but I can feel my producer being like, not everybody loves Montana like you and Bill. But your new Netflix series is The Boroughs.
Yeah.
This is a crazy, like, I remember seeing just the trailer for it, and I was like, what? Yeah. Like, it's a crazy sci-fi kind of adventure. Kind of explain it for people that don't know.
Well, you know, I mean, there's a lot of different kinds of sci-fi these days, but it's really in one of those kind of like, it feels to me like a kind of a Twilight Zone, or a lot of heart and a lot of interaction of the characters, but then menace. Yeah. Things come.
Very Twilight Zone. That's a good, it's like a progressive Twilight Zone,
A lot more suspense, but it does provide the thrills when things start crashing in. But I loved the making of it because of a lot of those actors I've worked with before. So with Gina Davis, I've done a couple movies with her, and Alfred Molina. And,
so the cast is insane. Yeah,
it's a good cast.
It's all right. I've heard of them all. Yeah. They're pretty big. Y'all are all pretty big. Describe your character, though. You're kind of like the people guy that kind of invites everybody and welcomes everybody, right?
Yes. Which is, you always think, did they read my mail? Because I kind of do that in my neighborhood, but I'm a little bit, they call me the mayor sometimes on the cul-de-sac we live in L.A., but I get to be the weatherman, excellent weatherman, friendly guy, coming in with a, Hawaiian shirt and a 6-pack of beer. Yeah. I'm welcoming the curmudgeon, the
welcoming committee.
Yeah. So it gives me it's kind of a lot of fun but it also I can get pretty fine level with Alfred Molina's character, which is, kind of like he realizes when he thinks there's nobody in this senior living city that the story is set in on a cul-de-sac. Yeah. And, he's thinking that there's no one there that he can find anything in common with.
He can relate with, yeah.
Relates with me. Yeah.
Well, he finally does, and then some real happens.
I love you, God.
I was like, what? Like, I just didn't see it coming. I'm so sorry. There's no segue there, Bill. Let's get to a quick break with the help of a couple in our audience.
Hi, Kelly and Bill. I'm Tony, and this is my wife, Hillary.
We hear you met your wife at UMass Amherst. We met each other at UMass around the same time.
For our first date, I asked Hillary to go on a bike ride with me. We rode around on a bike for 2.
That was it. Now we're celebrating 40 years, and as you approach your 40th anniversary, I'm sure you'll agree.
It gets better every day. Stay here. There's more with Kelly and Bill after this.
We're back with Bill Pullman. Give it up, y'all. That was a look at his new sci-fi series. It's called The Boroughs, and it's out now on Netflix. So you've done a fair amount of sci-fi. What do you like about the genre? I love it.
Yeah. I think that I did feel like it was like a Ray Bradbury type of science fiction. I enjoy, where there's a lot of suspense and it's a metaphor, for a lot of what we're going on. It's like a dreamscape, of what could go on if things went badly. And, like the Boroughs, things turn up that are not friendly.
No.
And, but I think that. That's kind of science fiction that I think really informs our humanity in a way.
Yeah. Well, speaking of sci-fi, you're returning, which I am very excited about this, to Spaceballs. I'm like, I can't tell you how much this movie was so pivotal for me. I love this movie so much. Like, so you're doing it next year, right?
Yep.
Okay. So do you get to work with your son on it too, right?
Yes. Isn't that a wild thing?
That's so great.
Lone Star.
Yeah.
Starburst. The sun.
I am so excited about this happening. So wait, did you have a favorite moment of the original?
Well,
like behind the scenes, like anything cool?
All of it was cool. When you're around John Candy, particularly, was great influence on me, because I'd done a short thing in a movie, but this is all of a sudden I'm cast as
This was your first big film?
First movie, yeah.
Way to knock it out of the park. Okay.
But lucky to be there, and but John he watched out for me. He was quite established at that point, and he'd have me to his trailer for lunch and things. And he was on a Pritikin diet, so we'd have.
What?
Pritikin was a big name of a diet. You know how they all changed, but at that time that was a big deal.
Okay.
All he could eat was like yellow water. Come on, have some lunch with me.
Have some broth.
Have some broth. And I'd go there, and then his driver, Frankie, at the end, he'd clean the dishes and he'd bring out a dozen donuts. I love John Candy.
That's amazing. What was it like working with your son, though, especially on this? This is pretty cool.
It was really cool. I didn't get to Hollywood till late, and so I was 32 when we shot Spaceballs. And he was 32 last fall when we shot it. So it was. From the back, I thought, holy, this is a time fold or something. That's me walking around over there. And he is very, and then because it's Spaceballs and there's a lot of, you're running away from somebody and then you crash out of the set and then you're standing next to a sound guy, So there's a bit of tease. That happens. Like, wait a minute, are you?
Like you run into you. It's amazing. That's amazing.
Exactly what.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh my God, I love it. So you're back on the stage in the UK with the Cherry Orchard. So you say this is kind of a full circle moment for you. How so?
Well, I started in theater, and it was always. But I went to college, and then in my senior year, in the fall of my senior year, I went to London to do independent studies in theater. So I went to see all kinds of things, and I went to Shakespeare's birthplace, Stratford-upon-Avon, and I saw an incredible production of Macbeth that was put on there, and I felt like, because I didn't really know New York theater at that point, but and so I guess I became like an official Anglophile or something. I just appreciated the diversity kind of plays they had. So I got the call that from the Royal Shakespeare Company, come to Cherry Orchard with great director there, Tamara Harvey, and Kenneth Branagh and Helen Hunt. And so
I've heard of them.
Yeah. I get to work.
They'll both make it.
Yeah, right.
So wait, in a couple weeks, it's America's 250th Independence Day and the 30th anniversary of your movie, Independence Day. Do people still reference that movie? They have to, like for you, when you're out? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, it's
that's
like
a huge culture
in the grain of the wood or something now, because it used to be they were, oh, you're the, but now it's like you're dealing with the ballet guy or something, and here's my keys, and yeah, and then here's some bucks, and you go, thanks, Mr. President. You know, you get it
Oh my
on
God,
the
that's
rebound.
awesome. You didn't see it coming. Yeah.
Didn't see it coming. Didn't know he had recognized it.
Yeah, I love those moments though.
Yeah.
And it's cool too. Like, we love what we do. You do it because you love it, obviously. But like, it's cool when you do something that impacts culture in a way that you're like, damn, that resonated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And
You've got so many of those movies.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
must be a little bit like a song where you don't know where it's going to go, or you
Oh,
don't
you
know.
really don't, because some of mine that have really hit, I did not see that coming. Yeah. And then some you think that, maybe you're a part of it and you're like, this is so wonderful, this is going to do something. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah. You don't know. I don't have the pulse of the people,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have that down.
Well, because there's a lot of people around you going, no, this is it. This is it. And you just don't trust that kind of thing,
Yeah.
And
you should trust your judgment. You're a part of every great movie ever. Yeah. You are in so many great movies, man.
Thank you.
I love having your son here. I love having you here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad I got to meet y'all. Like, I'm a big, big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is.
And I love that you love Montana. Yeah. All right, we need another break. The Boroughs is streaming now on Netflix. And if you're in the UK this summer, congratulations. And also go see the Cherry Orchard in Stratford-upon-Avon. Bill likes to get back on stage every few years, which means he's done a lot of plays and has a lot of stories from doing those plays. But we wanted to know, what were his favorite moments on stage from those plays. So it's time to find out. This is Ranked.
Top theater turns.
Yeah, I like that one, Jesse. Okay, we're gonna do a quick countdown from Bill's number 5 favorite play to his number 1. So coming in at number 5 of Bill's top theater turns is All My Sons at the Old Vic. Oh, I think I was just talking about this one with your son and Sally. Was I not?
Yeah. Sally was probably talking about the fact that we were husband and wife.
Yes. And your son was too afraid to go backstage, I think, to say hi. Yes.
Yeah. You get involved with a play like that, and you realize this is a tragedy, and it's awful what happens to, to my character. But by the end of it, and all 3 of the kids couldn't go backstage right away. They went outside just to decompress, because it's a great story, great writing, and I think for me, the Old Vic was kind of the start of the full circle with England, to go to a theater where Laurence Olivier had been in the dressing room.
So much history.
All that. And Sally, working with Sally was great.
Yeah. Another no-name you've worked with.
Yeah.
It's like
these people that are so lucky to work with. No, they
I was like, you're like, well.
I'm so lucky. Yeah, she was great. She's about this high.
I know, she's so little.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
But there's a kind of a famous moment in this play where his wife just wails him, slaps him. And Sally, that was kind of a high reach, So she said, I'm going to push you. And so, she tried it out, pushed me, and it was working for about 2 weeks. And then I realized she's kicking my butt with that push.
Yeah.
And I tried to think, well, I'm not going to, she's this bitty little thing, but how could she be hurting me this
Yeah,
way?
can you lighten up?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And she did. She said, that's so funny. I just thought you would take anything I give you. And I was trying to...
She's like questioning it. She's like, oh, I thought you could take it.
Yeah.
But at number 4 is Expedition 6.
Ah, yeah.
At San Francisco's Magic Theater. So
Well,
you actually wrote this one, correct?
I wrote and directed it, yeah.
Wow.
Because UMass at Amherst, now we've got this good reference to a very good Institute of Higher Learning, and I got an MFA there, and but once you start into the cadence of making movies and things, it's really hard sometimes to fit in theater, and then when you make a piece. But this was based on reading the newspaper. I was the only one in the family that read the newspaper at that time. It was only newspapers. It was 2003, which was when the Columbia Space Shuttle blew up, and re-entry from its mission, and I was so taken out by it, just the loss of these 7 astronauts and how it happened. I didn't even tell the family, that it was, because I would read the paper and tell them what news they needed to know. But and then the second day was a news story that said that 600 people in the Middle East were celebrating the loss of the Columbia because it was a sign from Allah that he didn't favor the impending invasion into Iraq.
Yeah.
And then the third day, way on the 17th page, was there were 3 astronauts still on the space station that were stranded because they grounded the shuttle, and they didn't know for a while for sure how they were going to bring them down.
Yeah.
So that's the story of this play. And you think about it was a chance to work with these actors that were really brilliant and trained in low-flying trapeze. So it was never showed any images of space, but it was all through motion and all of that.
Beautiful. Bill's third favorite play to do was Othello in Norway. What's happening here?
Yeah, that looks very intense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very Norwegian suddenly as I see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a great, really, I'm always amazed at how different audiences are around the world, and to be able to play for Norwegians at Ibsen's home theater in Bergen, the National Theater, and I spoke like 15% Norwegian in it, and the
Are
rest
you
was
comfortable
English.
doing that, going in and
Well,
out of-
I tried to be.
Yeah.
But it was basically, Othello in that country that's not diverse like America, where it's normally Othello is played by African American or Puerto Rican or some person.
Yeah.
But there the tradition was it's a stranger in a strange land story. So this was a American-esque person who had come because he was recruited to save them from the antagonizing Cypriots, and then when he's done, they want him to go home, but he stays and has this relationship with Desdemona. So it was really a chance to do something I never would have done before. But I'm also very aware that I got caught one night with my very sharp uniform there on one of those chains, and I realized that I was not able to get away from it, and no one was aware of it, and it's like theater is fun, but mishaps are not fun.
Yeah.
I know you probably have a lot.
Oh
like
my
this.
gosh, I'm a walking disaster, Bill. Yes, I have
Things
many.
get caught.
Yes.
Things drop. And,
I've had an entire skirt fall and break, and it's a story.
Off your body.
Almost, Bill.
Oh, sorry to miss that.
And I was commando, my man. So I was like, it would have been a real different situation.
Right.
No, I caught it, but like I've stepped on glass. Things happen always on stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play number 2, though, for Bill was the Jacksonian with the new group. So explain this one.
Okay, so this is
Oh my God.
Ed Harris. Ed Harris playing a naughty dentist, and me, a wild bartender who has a lot of secrets that he hides. But this was a play, the Jacksonian. I bring it up because it was, for me, there is in the break we were talking about theater as community, you know, and I think when you get to work with certain musicians, you feel like they're your community kind of, and
you love to play and create.
And so this is a group of actors that didn't have a formal name, but we were Ed Harris and Amy Madigan and Holly Hunter, and we did plays by Beth Henley. And this was a brilliant play that she wrote. Crimes of the Heart was a play that she wrote. It was a movie, but for us to go, we started with, the situations where you don't get any pay for barely, you end up paying really to stay there and buy people's tickets because they're too cheap to buy their own. You want to give them a ticket. But this is, it started at the Geffen in Los Angeles, and then we actually, with a lot of work, because of one of the cast members, Glenn Headley, who was a great person and really special talent, actress. And so we moved to New York. We played off Broadway with the new group. And so for me, this is like, we have the Steppenwolf Theater Company, which I've always admired, their kind of collegial thing and their own style of doing theater. And we developed that in this. And Fred was a pedophile, a murderer, and it was fun to play. That's not going to be your favorite.
No,
I can count on
segue there, Bill. Oh my my God, you're awesome. Oh my God. I do love that though, especially when you find, like you said, like people that you just get around and you love. It makes you, it's not about, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like you're just having fun, you're creative, and it's like almost how like when we were kids and it was like the dream to do what we're doing, and finding those people to work with and feed off of, that's really magical.
Yeah. And they can surprise you. You know, you can really be in, you know, you're up your game, I guess, maybe because they're reading things that are more nuanced than maybe somebody else.
It's a bit more intuitive of an experience, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Well, coming in at number 1 for Bill Pullman's favorite plays to do, The Goat. By Edward Albee on Broadway. I mean, how is The Goat not the number 1? What did you love about this?
Well, you know, this is a play that Edward Albee, one of the great American playwrights who wrote Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and Delicate Balance, had a great first part of his career, and then kind of started writing plays that people didn't want to watch or go to, and but he, you know, was a phenomenal writer, and so he and I had studied his plays and everything, and then my agent calls up and said, you know, there's an offer. It's from a very famous playwright, Edward Albright. And I thought, okay, Hollywood doesn't really get how important it is that Edward Albee is asking me to come think about doing this play. But it was a play that I was younger, so that's one of my favorite things about it. But I know, you know, it was a controversial play. So it was one of those things where you do it and you have no faith that it's going to be a crowd pleaser, because it's about a man who has, you know, all the happy family and wife and son, and the son is gay, and that's perfectly all right. They have this great relationship, you know, so it's not that father that can't deal with that stuff. And but he does have a secret, and with this best friend is, you know, saying, "You're kind of different. What's going on?" And he said, "Well, not much." And he, "No, come on, what's going on?" And he said, "Well, show me a picture." You know, thinking there's an affair going on. So I show him a picture of, I said, "I've fallen in love," and it's a picture of a goat. Not a crowd pleaser, you know, not one that anybody. I remember before I went.
You played a pedophile. You played a guy that wants to marry a goat. It's like, this is incredible. I love the characters you choose.
Well, you know, sometimes
you like a challenge.
Isn't that why you go on stage to be somebody you don't get to be in your life?
For sure. That's what I would say if I were you. I'm just kidding. I was kidding. Oh my God, that's incredible. You know, I didn't see it coming, Bill. It's like, still, man, Expedition, that was ranked for Bill Pullman, y'all, but still, my favorite is that Expedition 6.
Oh, great.
You made me want to go see it. That's very cool.
Good.
I'm glad that came up. Let's hear it for Bill Pullman, everybody. Be sure to catch the Boroughs on Netflix, and do not miss Bill in the Cherry Orchard at the Swan Theatre if you're in Stratford-upon-Avon in the UK this summer.